Chosen ones, listen closely. This message is not by chance. God himself is speaking directly to you right now, urging you to take action. He said to clean these 3 crucial parts of your body every single day without fail. For God's sake, do not ignore this divine instruction. Your life depends on it. Why? Because in the coming days, 3 unstoppable blessings will hit you like a lightning bolt, transforming your reality in ways you never imagined. These blessings are tied deeply to the cleansing of these sacred parts. This isn't just about physical hygiene. It's a spiritual cleansing that aligns your energy, clears your path, and unlocks your destiny. You are a chosen one, and God's timing is perfect. When you commit to this daily ritual, you will start to witness doors opening, miracles unfolding, and your deepest desires manifesting faster than ever before. This is your moment to rise, to shine, and to claim everything that has been waiting for you. Don't let a single day pass without doing this. The power is in your hands. Cleanse, renew, and prepare to receive the blessings that are already on their way to you. Now, before you move forward, pause this video and do 3 things. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 95,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 99. This number sends a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message and your transformation. If you are truly chosen, you will watch until the very end because your spirit knows this message is for you and your breakthrough is coming. Get ready. Your new life begins now. You have been chosen for a time such as this, and heaven is issuing a sacred call. Prepare yourself daily without delay through a specific and intentional act of spiritual obedience. The days ahead are not casual. They are spiritually loaded, and the preparation you commit to now will determine what you are able to receive. You felt the pressure lately, a sense that something is shifting, something is on the horizon. That's not just your imagination. It's the trembling of the spiritual realm, because God is about to move in your life. But before he can pour out, he must first purify. Before he can promote you, he must see your obedience. And he has given very clear instruction. This isn't optional, it's not symbolic. It's essential. Your next season is too important to enter with unclean energy. There are sacred areas of your being, physical, spiritual, and energetic centers that must be cleansed consistently. If you take this instruction lightly, you risk missing everything God is trying to release. But if you heed his voice and obey, you will open gates that have been locked for years. What's coming next will change your life, but only if you prepare. Transformation always begins with preparation, and preparation begins with purity. What God is about to do in your life will not be small. It will be historic, generational, and public. But before the manifestation, there must be sanctification. God is not simply blessing people at random. He is elevating those who have honored his instruction, purified their path, and positioned their spirit for greatness. In this hour, purity is your power. Not just moral purity, but spiritual and energetic alignment. When you clean what God tells you to clean, when you follow his instructions, even when they don't make complete sense, you are demonstrating a faith that heaven cannot ignore. Every act of obedience you make sends a message into the unseen. I am ready. And when you're ready, God releases what's been waiting. Do not make the mistake of expecting divine results without divine preparation. Your next miracle is tied to your obedience in this season. It doesn't matter how long you've been praying. If you aren't aligned with what God is doing now, you'll miss it. The cleansing required of you is sacred, focused, and daily. Through it, God will begin to untie spiritual knots, remove stagnation, and restore your original spiritual flow. The atmosphere is charged. The days ahead are not just important, they are spiritually crucial. There is movement happening in the unseen world, and God has set divine appointments with your destiny. But heaven's outpouring always requires earthly participation. Your preparation is not a suggestion. It is a divine necessity. The enemy thrives in moments of delay, disobedience, and distraction. That's why this message is coming to you now. Heaven knows what's coming. Your future self is calling out to your present self. Get ready. There are doors that are about to open, but they will only recognize you if you are in the posture of purity and the position of obedience. You cannot enter the next season unprepared. Let this sink into your soul. The next few days are not like the days before. They carry weight. They carry turning points. They carry spiritual upgrades that can't be earned, only received through obedience. When you honor this instruction, even when you don't fully understand it, you position yourself as a trusted vessel. And God only pours new wine into clean vessels. There are 3 powerful blessings heading your way, and they will not arrive one by one, but like a sudden divine wave. You won't have to chase them. They are already chasing you. But the key that unlocks them isn't in your plans, your efforts, or your ambitions. It's hidden in your obedience to 3 specific acts of daily spiritual preparation. This is divine mathematics. 3 points of obedience, 3 blessings released. The first blessing will touch your professional life. A promotion, opportunity, or favor you didn't see coming will break through limitations. The second will be a deep spiritual awakening, clarity, connection, and discernment like you've never known. The third will be a dramatic shift in social standing, respect, honor, and influence, rising like the morning sun. But here's the truth. If you delay your obedience, you delay your blessing. If you neglect the preparation, you sabotage the promotion. Don't let a moment of hesitation cost you a lifetime of transformation. These 3 blessings are aligned with your name in heaven. But the access code is in your willingness to do exactly what God has asked. You've been stuck long enough. The dry season in your career is about to end. And the shift won't be subtle. It'll be sudden. God is moving people, positions, and possibilities in your favor. But understand this, open doors don't always stay open. If you're not spiritually ready, you'll walk past opportunities meant for you, blinded by your own unpreparedness. Spiritual preparation is not just about prayer, it's about action. God is not just testing your faith in the unseen, He's watching your discipline in the physical. When He gives specific instructions, it's because He knows exactly what's blocking your breakthrough. This is not about being good enough. It's about being in alignment with divine timing. Your preparation proves your readiness. Imagine walking into a room where everything has already been prepared for your arrival. The offer, the resources, the favor, that's where you're headed. But the only way you'll be seated at the table is if you followed the path laid out before you. Your obedience is your RSVP to destiny. Don't miss your seat because you failed to purify. You've been feeling it. A hunger for more, a pull toward the deeper things of God. That isn't by accident. It's the beginning of a spiritual awakening that's been waiting for this very season. You're not just about to experience God. You're about to be awakened by Him in a way that redefines your understanding of purpose, power, and presence. But spiritual awakening doesn't happen in dirty vessels. Just like you wouldn't pour fresh water into a moldy cup, God won't pour sacred revelation into a life that isn't spiritually clean. That's why He's commanding preparation. You must make room spiritually and energetically for the divine to dwell. Purification is not just cleanliness, it's readiness. When this awakening comes, you'll begin to hear His voice more clearly. Dreams will sharpen, discernment will deepen. You'll walk into rooms and know things you couldn't know naturally. That's the kind of awakening coming your way. But it will only land on the obedient. This isn't a game. This is divine alignment. There are conversations happening about you in rooms you haven't even entered yet. People of influence are beginning to notice your name, your work, your character. Heaven is orchestrating your rise in reputation. But it can all be delayed if your internal alignment doesn't match your external calling. Reputation isn't just built on performance. It's built on presence. The spiritual presence you carry. And presence is shaped by purity. What's inside of you either attracts or repels divine favor. If you allow spiritual dirt, unhealed wounds, or disobedience to linger, you risk sabotaging the elevation God is orchestrating for you behind the scenes. Make no mistake, your name is being written on scrolls of opportunity. Your influence is being lifted, and your platform is being prepared. But God is holy. He will not elevate someone who hasn't honored His process. Your private obedience will shape your public favor. Stay pure, stay obedient. Your reputation is sacred. Now we arrive at the heart of God's instruction. The 3 sacred areas of your body that must be cleansed daily. These areas are not random. They are power centers, spiritual gates, and energy conduits recognized in both ancient tradition and divine revelation. They are your feet, your groin area, and your navel. Each of these holds unique spiritual significance and must be treated with reverence. Your feet are the foundation of your spiritual walk. They represent direction, stability, and divine alignment. When unclean, they can block progress. When purified with holy water and intention, they unlock pathways. Your groin area holds the energy of creativity, identity, and generational blessing. It is a sacred gate that must be honored with cleansing and intentionality. And your navel, the center of your body, represents your original life connection, your spiritual umbilical cord. It is the hub of alignment and energy flow. Every day, these three areas must be washed, rubbed, and prayed over. Use holy water, soft cloth, and spiritual focus. This is not vanity, it's obedience. As you cleanse, pray, declare life, command clarity. This is your preparation for the supernatural blessings ahead. Purification here leads to breakthrough everywhere. This area of your body is often overlooked in spiritual disciplines, yet it holds immense power. It is the seat of identity, creation, reproduction, and generational legacy. Spiritually, the groin is not just physical, it's a gateway. When unclean, it becomes a point of spiritual leakage and energetic confusion. But when honored and purified, it becomes a vessel of power, clarity, and divine strength. God chose this specific area for a reason. Across ancient spiritual teachings from the Hebrew mikvah to Eastern energy work, the lower region is acknowledged as a seat of life force and divine energy. In many ways, this is your personal altar of creation. If it is defiled, blessings can be hindered. But when you cleanse it daily, intentionally, and respectfully, you realign with heaven's order for your body and your destiny. Take this seriously. Wash gently with holy water. Use clean cloths. Speak life and blessing over this space. Rub away energetic dust and spiritual residue. The world may not talk about this openly, but God is bringing it into light because this area must be made holy for your blessings to flow. Don't delay! This isn't just hygiene. This is spiritual warfare. Your feet carry you physically, but they also carry you spiritually. In Scripture, wherever God sent his prophets or warriors, he instructed them to remove their shoes, not for comfort, but for consecration. Your feet touch the ground of destiny. They absorb energy. They transport your purpose. And right now they must be cleansed daily for divine direction to activate. Have you been feeling stuck or directionless? It might not be a coincidence. When your feet are clogged spiritually, whether through environments, energy, or neglect, you can't step into the future meant for you. But when you wash them with holy water, speak over them, and anoint them with purpose, you activate spiritual GPS. You begin to feel led, guided, and aligned. Every time you wash your feet now, do it with reverence. Picture the journey ahead. See yourself walking into rooms of influence, places of healing, and doors of destiny. Thank God for every step he's about to order. Your journey changes the moment your feet are made holy. Prepare your steps, because where you walk next, heaven walks with you. Often forgotten and ignored, your navel loops, your belly button is not just a mark from birth. It is a spiritual anchor, a memory of your first life connection. Energetically, it is the center of your body's alignment. Spiritually, it is the core from which inner strength and divine intuition flow. That's why God is calling you to cleanse it daily, because something powerful is waiting to be unlocked there. Ancient wisdom and energy disciplines have long taught that the navel is a portal of vitality, balance and connection to source, and now God confirms it. This place on your body must be purified, honored, and activated. When blocked, it can suppress your ability to discern, trust yourself, or feel grounded. But when gently cleansed and spoken over, it becomes a divine reset button. Use breathable cloth, holy water, and soft circular motions. As you do, visualize your inner power recentering. Speak blessings. I am aligned. I am connected. I'm guided. This daily act may seem small, but it is massive in the spirit. Your belly button is not just a scar. It is a seal, and it is being reopened for divine communication and alignment. Treat it like sacred ground. This isn't just about water. It's about what the water represents. Holy water is not magical, but it is spiritual. It carries intention, consecration, and symbolism. When combined with obedience and sacred touch, it becomes a powerful activator of blessing. God isn't just telling you to wash. He's telling you to awaken. Water has been used throughout Scripture as a sign of transformation. From the flood to baptism, from the Red Sea to the water turned to wine, God uses water to start new seasons. Right now, your daily cleansing ritual is your personal Red Sea. It is the symbolic and spiritual divide between your old season and your coming breakthrough. And you must walk through it every day. Don't rush this. Don't treat it like routine. Make it sacred. Set time aside. Use clean cloths, scented oils if available, and spiritual focus. As your hands touch these areas, you're not just cleaning, you're unlocking. You're aligning. You're releasing blocked energy, closed doors, and unseen barriers. This is your act of faith. Your obedience is the vessel, and the water is the flow of God's favor. God doesn't test us to hurt us. He tests us to trust us. Right now, this call to cleanse, to obey, to prepare, it's a divine test, and the reward is beyond anything you've imagined. But here's the truth. Not everyone will obey. Not everyone will take this seriously. Many will hear and forget. But you, chosen one, you are called to act. There is a breakthrough racing toward your life in relationships, finances, emotions, and spiritual power. But it will only land where purity meets purpose. You can't afford to be casual about this. Heaven has marked this season as a turning point, and the test is simple. Will you obey the small daily act that unlocks massive eternal change? The difference between the elevated and the forgotten will be obedience. Don't be one who looks back with regret, saying, "I almost made it." Be the one who said yes. Be the one who cleansed when no one was watching. Be the one who trusted when it didn't make sense. God is watching. Heaven is watching, and the reward is waiting. There are divine dates already set on heaven's calendar, and your name is written on them. Breakthroughs, connections, miracles, and moments of favor have been prepared in advance. But here's the condition. You must arrive clean. You must arrive ready. The invitation has been sent. But the dress code is purity and alignment. Your cleansing is your preparation. It is your RSVP. It is your statement to heaven that you believe what God has spoken, and you are ready to receive it. Miss this act and you might miss your appointment. There are no shortcuts. What's coming is too important to be accessed with spiritual residue on your soul or your body. Don't underestimate what 1 week of obedience can do. Don't belittle the power of consistent, focused cleansing. These sacred areas are your access points. When they are clean, heaven recognizes you. When they are purified, blessings find you. The date is set. The blessing is ready. And now the question is, this isn't about fear? It's about faith. God doesn't operate through intimidation. He operates through invitation. And right now, He is inviting you to step into the next version of yourself. The you that is promoted, the you that walks in peace, the you that carries power. But it all begins with your daily obedience. You've cried for peace. You've longed for purpose. You've waited for that moment where everything begins to align. Well, this is it. The alignment starts with your willingness to obey. The power begins with purity. The peace is unlocked when you are finally in flow with heaven. These 3 areas of cleansing are more than physical. They are prophetic. If you do this, truly do this, not just once, but as a lifestyle, you will rise. You will shift. You will transform. The blessings will find you. The breakthroughs will chase you. And you will become a living testimony of what happens when a chosen one listens, obeys, and prepares. This is your moment. Don't miss it. Obey now and let the divine transformation begin. God's hand has been upon you since the very beginning. And now the time has come for sudden elevation. This is not random chance or wishful thinking. This is divine destiny unfolding in real time. You have been specifically chosen to rise above circumstances, to break through limitations, and to step into a season of unprecedented growth. But elevation requires alignment. It requires you to be spiritually ready to receive what heaven is sending. Alignment is more than just belief. It's intentional action. It's the daily commitment to prepare your heart, mind, and body for what's coming. God is calling you to a higher standard of holiness and purity. The days ahead are spiritually intense. and only those who get aligned will be able to navigate the waves of change with confidence and grace. The blessings coming your way demand readiness, and that readiness begins with obedience. This is a divine invitation to prepare for promotion in every aspect of your life. Your career, relationships, finances, and spiritual walk will all experience a shift. But it's essential that you cleanse the barriers, both seen and unseen, that could block your path. The moment you commit to this spiritual alignment, the heavens will move on your behalf, unlocking doors that no man can close. Remember, being chosen isn't just a title. It's a call to action. Your elevation is connected to your alignment. Don't delay. Step into this moment, fully prepared to receive everything God has already prepared for you. The rise begins with you. There is power in consistency, and sometimes the simplest acts bring the most extraordinary results. God has given you a specific daily practice, not as a ritual but as a key that unlocks divine favor. This small act done with faith and reverence will open doors that no one on earth can close. It's your spiritual passport into realms of blessing and breakthrough. Think about the stories of great biblical figures, Joseph, Esther, Daniel, who rose above their circumstances because they obeyed God's instructions diligently. Their obedience became the pathway to supernatural promotion. Today, you stand at the threshold of your own breakthrough, and this daily act is your gateway. No matter how busy or tired you feel, this practice calls for your dedication. The enemy will try to distract you, whispering lies of it's just water, or it won't make a difference. But this act is not about the water itself. It's about your heart posture and willingness to obey. It signals to heaven that you are ready to receive. When you commit to this daily act, you are declaring to the spiritual realm that you won't settle for less than what God has promised. You are stepping into divine timing, and doors will open that no power on earth can shut. The question is, will you be ready when they do? Waiting is not a passive activity for the chosen ones. Waiting is a season of preparation, cleansing, and conquering. God's chosen warriors do not sit idly by hoping for miracles. They take intentional steps to prepare their hearts and vessels for the victories ahead. The call to cleanse daily is a part of this preparation. When you prepare through purification, you are laying the foundation for conquest. Spiritual cleansing removes the layers of doubt, fear, and residue from past disappointments that could keep you stuck. The breakthrough you are waiting for cannot enter a vessel that is cluttered or disobedient. And God is inviting you to actively participate in your own rise. This is your moment to take control. Conquering the spiritual realm starts with conquering the little battles within. Obedience in the small things leads to power in the large ones. By committing to daily cleansing, you're aligning yourself with God's plans and making way for His power to work through you. Remember, the chosen don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them through faith and obedience. Your breakthrough is not a matter of if, but when. Prepare now, cleanse daily, and get ready to conquer. Your blessings are directly linked to your level of purity. God cannot pour into a vessel that is filled with spiritual dirt, confusion, or disobedience. To qualify for the extraordinary, you must first purify the ordinary. This process is not punishment. It is preparation. It is the refining fire that molds you into a vessel worthy of honor. Think of a precious gem. It must be cut, polished, and cleaned before it can shine. Your spirit is no different. Daily purification refines your character, sharpens your focus, and clears the channels for divine flow. Without this cleansing, blessings can become stagnant, blocked, or misdirected. God's promise is that when you purify yourself, He will fill you with blessings beyond your imagination. But it requires intentional action, no shortcuts. The sacred cleansing you've been instructed to perform is the spiritual polishing that qualifies you for your next level of blessing. Embrace this purification as an act of self-love and obedience. Your future is brighter, but it depends on the clarity and cleanliness of your vessel today. Your destiny is intertwined with your daily choices, especially the choice to cleanse and prepare. When you cleanse these specific parts of your body, you're not just washing away physical dirt. You're clearing spiritual blockages that have been holding your destiny hostage. This is a divine reset button that aligns your entire being with your God-given purpose. Every step you take in obedience rewrites your future. Think of your spiritual path as a river. When debris accumulates, the water slows and stagnates. But when you remove the blockage, the water flows freely and powerfully. That's what this cleansing does. It removes obstacles, refreshes your spirit, and allows destiny to move unhindered. This cleansing ritual acts as a spiritual GPS recalibration. It ensures you stay on course and avoid detours set by fear, doubt, or past mistakes. By purifying yourself daily, you're saying yes to the life God designed for you. A life filled with breakthroughs, influence, and divine favor. Don't underestimate the power of this act. The road to your destiny begins with the simple yet profound step of cleansing what God has instructed. Your future depends on it. Obedience may feel hard at times, especially when it asks for daily commitment. But the truth is, obedience today sets you up for overflow tomorrow. Every moment you choose to obey God's instruction, you're planting seeds that will bloom into abundant blessings, peace, and power. God honors obedience. He doesn't measure you by your strength, but by your willingness to say yes when He calls. Your small acts of faithfulness compound over time and create unstoppable momentum. The blessings that come will far exceed your expectations because they are divinely timed and perfectly designed for your life. Think about a farmer who plants crops in the dry season. There's no immediate reward, only faith and labor. But when the rains come, the harvest is plentiful. Your daily obedience is your planting season. The overflow is coming. It's already on its way. Don't let laziness, doubt, or delay rob you of the abundant life God has promised. Choose obedience today and watch as your tomorrow is filled with blessings you never dreamed possible. Imagine your future self 10 years from now looking back at this moment. What will that version of you say? Will they thank you for obeying God's call to prepare, cleanse, and align? Or will they regret the days wasted, opportunities missed, and blessings lost because of hesitation? Your future self is begging you to listen to the voice of God today. The future you is longing for the peace, power, and favor that only obedience brings. This is more than a routine. It's a lifeline between where you are now and where you are destined to be. By choosing obedience now, you are gifting your future self a life of purpose and fulfillment. Don't wait for perfect feelings or circumstances. The breakthrough you seek begins with a simple, consistent act of faith. Your future self depends on your present choices. The question is, will you be the hero in your own story or the one who let fear hold them back? Step up today. Cleanse with intention. Obey with passion. Your future self is counting on you. Have you ever felt stuck in a fog, unable to see clearly or move forward? That fog is spiritual heaviness, confusion, and blockage. God's instruction to cleanse is the divine antidote to this state. It clears the fog, sharpens your focus, and unlocks the energy you need to soar. Many people struggle because they are weighed down by spiritual clutter. This daily cleansing isn't just about physical purity. It's about emotional and spiritual renewal. It's the first step out of stagnation and into momentum. Once the fog lifts, you'll find clarity on your path and renewed strength to chase your dreams. When you commit to this cleansing, you're inviting God to refresh your spirit. You're saying, I'm ready to move from confusion to clarity, from stuck to unstoppable. This is where transformation begins with you choosing to act. Remember, every journey out of fog starts with a single step into obedience. Take that step today and prepare to soar higher than ever before. There is a divine explosion of blessings, breakthroughs, and favor about to detonate in your life. But explosions need ignition points. Moments where the spark is lit. Your daily cleansing is that spark. It ignites the dormant power within you, triggering a chain reaction of transformation. This explosion isn't just a metaphor, it's a real spiritual event waiting to happen. The energy you clear, the obedience you show, and the alignment you maintain create the perfect conditions for God to release His power. But if you delay or neglect this cleansing, you risk missing the ignition and remaining stuck in the old. Feel the weight of this moment. You're standing on the precipice of something monumental. Your obedience is the match that lights the fuse. When you clean with purpose and faith, you invite heaven to move with power, shaking every area of your life. Don't hold back. Ignite your destiny now by committing fully to the cleansing process. The explosion is coming. Be ready to receive. Miracles are not always sudden. They often build slowly, day by day, like a wave growing larger before it crashes onto shore. Your daily cleansing is that wave-building process. Each time you obey, you add power and momentum to the miracles on their way to you. It's easy to get discouraged when results don't appear overnight,